Hello, I am Orange Cat, and this is my analysis of Toonami's ratings for April 20th, 4/20, 2019. First, I'm going to do a quick rundown what the ratings actually were. Top of the block, you have Dragon Ball Super. Small drop this week, went to a 0.36 in the ratings. Generally a pretty solid number, kind of right around the median for how the Tournament of Power has been doing. Not at all bad number. And My Hero Academia right afterwards at a 0.24. That's an okay rating. And then now the rest of the block, you have the Promised Neverland at a 0.19, Alicization at a 0.19, Diamonds Unbreakable at a 0.19, Black Clover at a 0.19, and Boruto at, you guessed it, a 0.16. Naruto Shippuden got a 0.14, Hunter x Hunter at a 0.15, and the Attack on Titan rerun reaching a 0.13. Now, here's some of my quick takes or my takeaways from the ratings. First, I like to note how My Hero Academia's retention slipped a bit from around 73-ish% to 66% at Dragon Ball Super. This isn't bad, too bad. This is probably what I would have expected it to have retained in general, but if it slips any further, then we might have a bit of a problem. And then you have Promised Neverland. It only dropped a couple points from My Hero Academia last week. But this one really dropped this week to 0.19, dropped 500s from My Hero Academia instead of 300s. Especially notable considering My Hero Academia had a lower number to start with in the first place. Maybe cause for concern, but yet again, it's the second week. And again, all this you can kind of throw into the fact that it was Easter weekend. Maybe we get these weird numbers because it's Easter. Some people are just sleeping and because they have stuff to do in the morning. But regardless, Sword Art Online, built on Promised Neverland again, very, very slight. If you can see, you see, I believe, about a 2,000 viewer increase in the key demographic. 18 to 49. So, like, a very small, but I mean, considering how much of a big deal was put around getting Promised Neverland, it's just generally kind of sad to see it getting built on in general for back to back weeks. Next, you have JoJo itself almost building on Alicization right afterwards. Or after Alicization builds on Promised Neverland, you almost get a double building with JoJo. It's slightly lost. Right here you see it says, well, it's 250,000 viewers in the key demographic for both. However, according to Showbuzz Daily, they do rank Alicization slightly ahead of JoJo. So I believe that means that it was by probably by literally tens of viewers in the key demographic more were watching Sword Art Online than JoJo. But still a very solid number for JoJo. And what was almost another hilarious development, you have Black Clover almost itself building on JoJo right afterwards. Which, I mean, Black Clover getting 0.19 is great. People have really come around to the show in the past year or so. Like, when it first was on Toonami, everyone's like, it's a Naruto clone, it's a Naruto ripoff, it's generic, it has no life of its own, no one's gonna love it. But here we are now, being pretty much a big, important cornerstone for the block. It's just interesting how times change over around. And now, what some people are going to say the big news of the day is Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, which is this anime adaptation's been existent for about 8 years now, and it's been just declining in ratings for most of it, at least in its stretch in time. It debuted in Japan in 2011. It built on Shippuden. Something, honestly, I never would have thought I was seeing. Because I thought, like, Shippuden has its solid core fan base. It's never going to really drop below, like, a 0.13, 0.14. You have Hunter x Hunter. I mean, I honestly haven't been watching the Chairman election arc. I honestly just kind of stopped watching after the Chimera Ant arc. But I guess people must really, really want to watch Toonami, then tune it off, and then tune it back in at 3 o'clock just to see whatever plot line's going on there. So, hey, kudos to that show. It's got its own core fan base. Hell, if you go online, you have a lot of people who are like, Hunter x Hunter is the best anime ever made. Hunter x Hunter is a great manga, great adaptation to anime. It's better than anything on the show. And I mean, I guess they did show up this week to actually watch the block now. That's an interesting note. And one thing, it's not exactly viewable here in this picture I've got for you, but actually, for the last 3 weeks, Super was impressive in that it built on the Family Guy rerun beforehand, which is actually not that common. Usually, just Family Guy, even generic decade-old reruns of Family Guy, outperform Dragon Ball Super. But the last few weeks, Super, in the midst of Tournament of Power, has actually been outperforming it. However, this week was a little different. Super actually dropped a teeny tiny bit from Family Guy in the key demographic, but I think it was like a 1/100th drop. It was nothing sizable. And at the end of the block, you had the Boondocks, which was the show that aired at 4 a.m. on Adult Swim, actually building to hundreds on the Attack on Titan rerun. I kind of would expect this. I mean, the Boondocks is an amazing show. Boondocks is one of the best shows that Adult Swim ever had. I mean, even the last season, which I don't like, a lot of people really don't like, because I think Magruder wasn't even involved in the last season. It's still a solid show. And that's something I think it's been underrated throughout its entire history. I mean, there's a lot of memes about the show, like, the Booty Warrior. There's a very popular video, I think with millions of viewers, of like the Booty Warrior, but if it was Shrek. Hilarious ass video. And that's a hilarious episode too. The whole Tom being in prison and scared of getting butt raped thing. Amazing, great show. But enough about Boondocks for an anime related block thing. Albeit a lot of people do compare it to anime, but still. But yeah, it just shows that Attack on Titan doesn't necessarily have the rerun ability as. I mean, I think Cowboy Bebop actually outperformed Boondocks when they were paired together, but nonetheless, that's just a small takeaway. What do you guys think about this block? Do you think this was a good week? I think this was an okay week. Let's see next week. Let's see if this was just an Easter slip up. I'm not so sure. I personally don't have an opinion about that. But what do you guys think? Do you think Toonami's ratings are good? Do you think they're getting better? What's your favorite show on the block? What's your least favorite show on the block? I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, really, it's just all I have to say about this week, guys. Thank you for your support. I really love seeing the comments on my videos. I really love seeing the fact that I'm at 69 subscribers as of making this video, and 69 is a pretty amazing number. It always is. Yep, I am Orange Cat, and that is all.